Alright, welcome everybody to the very first episode of the Cantankerous commentary. I am Michael Canada, aka Chalador on various social media and MMORPGs. I've had a little bit of success making YouTube videos and reviewing vape pen cartridges. I had a video recently hit like 6,600 views now, and another one that's up to about 1,800 views. I'll put a link to those in the description down below. But really, I want to do something that's a little bit more personal now. What I want to do, just a vlog every couple of days or so, to just update people on what's going on in my personal life, because some really crazy shit is happening in my personal life right now. So basically, it all goes back to one of my earliest childhood memories. When I was about 4 years old, my mom and my stepdad are explaining to me that it's important that my biological father never find out that I exist, because he was a wealthy and powerful man, and that if he knew that he had a son, he would hire a bunch of lawyers and have me taken away from my mom. And again, they're telling this to me when I'm 4 years old. So I have a really rough childhood after that. There was a lot of abuse. I was, it's really common with stepchildren, and growing up in a small town in Idaho, it was, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened. I don't want to get into it too much on introductions here, but the bottom line is that the American Pediatrics Association has 8 different categories of adverse childhood experiences, and of those 8 categories, I experienced 6. According to their research, those experiences are likely to make me more likely to engage in criminal activity, drug abuse, eating disorders, a huge spectrum of psychological issues, and ultimately a lifespan of about 20 years shorter than it would normally scheduled to be, had a bunch of rednecks not fucking did to me what they did when I was growing up. So that being said, there's a lot of family drama. My mom died a few years ago, and it was really ugly when it happened, because her and I were like publicly feuding on social media at the time about all the fucked up shit that happened to me and some of my other siblings, and some of my relatives even like blame me for her death, and that still kind of fucks with me. But anyways, on the good side, we discovered who my biological father is by tracking him down with a genetic database called 23andMe. And I talked to him for the first time on the phone a few months ago, and I've talked to him a couple of times since then, and what we've decided to do is I'm going to fly down to Belize here in about a month or so, and I'm going to, for the first time, meet my biological father. I'm taking my friend Keegan with me. He's going to be holding the camera here and following me around. So we're gonna get some beautiful shots of Belize. We're gonna get a chance to talk with my dad, who is, as I come to find out, is a big player in the counterculture movement. And here's where things get just really crazy, honestly. And hang on. So it's something that feels like almost a spiritual experience, or like even witnessing a supernatural event, because of the amount of coincidences and the amount of irony that brought these events together is just astounding, and it was enough for me to be inspired to start making videos and to start like getting this recorded and possibly even to in the future make some sort of more produced like documentary or movie to show everybody what happened, because it's a fascinating story. It really is, everything that happened. And considering that I was raised in a small town in Idaho by very conservative and religious folks that did everything that they could to keep me that way, I still ended up in Eugene, Oregon as a hippie, liberal, socialist, activist, into progressive politics and all the things of that nature that I've been into for years and years, before discovering the identity of my biological father was Bill Conde, was this guy. I got a picture of him here. Now, he put on these huge music festivals and these hemp festivals. They're called the World Hemp Expos. And he was way ahead of his time. I mean, he was making plywood out of hemp, and he had a lumber yard where he was holding these World Hemp Expos. And unfortunately, what happened is, law enforcement wanted to make an example of him, so he ended up being a victim of the drug war, and ultimately that's why he ended up moving to Belize. But we are going to go down there next month. We're gonna talk to him, and we're gonna put the story out there of everything that happened to him and to me. And I just wanted to invite anyone that is interested in looking at this story and following to see where it goes to come along with me. So, welcome to Cantankerous Commentary, and we will see you on episode 2.